I'm just so excited because I love a Roland Emmerich disaster flick, and we're getting a new one. I find them weirdly comforting. Do you like disaster movies? Why do you think they're so comforting?
They are quite comforting, aren't they? It's a bit like that feeling when you wake up from a nightmare and you realise that everything's fine. You're scared in the nightmare, but when you wake up and you just see your own bedroom and your life's back to normal again, it's that sense of relief that none of that was real. I think people coming out of cinemas after a disaster movie just so relieved to see the world still existing as they knew it. There is a comforting thing to that as well. It's like they commit to the idea of it, they let themselves believe it, and then they can just go back to their normal life. I think it's something to do with that.
Yeah, we're like, it's bad. It's not that bad, though.
Yeah,
The moon isn't
count
falling.
your blessings. The moon isn't falling, exactly. Until then, you've got nothing to worry about.
What enticed you most about joining this flick? What was the big hook for you?
The big hook was, well, from a purely selfish perspective, it was just the character. I read all actors, when they read a script for the first time, they think, oh, what moments am I going to get to play? What colours from my palette can I use for this part? And then the more I read about KC, I was a bit like, I get to do everything here. I get to do funny moments and sad moments, moments of real anger, heroic moments. They're just everything, like so many emotions wrapped up in this one guy that I couldn't resist it.
How was the shooting the space scenes? Like, do you have to like pretend you're floating around? What is that like?
Yeah, we had to pretend we were floating around, and a lot of people think it was done with cables, but we couldn't get cables into the shuttle. We had to lie on boards that were on like a crane arm, so we were getting craned around like this. And funnily enough, when I watch the movie, I just don't buy it because I can remember being on that crane. Then the crane arm gets CG'd out, but when I see myself, I go, oh, there's me on my little crane. I don't think there I am floating through space, but hopefully audiences believe it a bit more than me.
No, I definitely did. Now, fans know you, of course, from Game of Thrones. I love you in Game of Thrones. Now that there's a new show on the horizon, are you planning on tuning in as a fan? And what do you think that'll be like to consume a Game of Thrones show from the couch?
It's going to be very strange. It almost feels like... It's a bit like when you move house and you go back to your old house and you see other people have moved in and what they've done with it and the way they've changed it, and you know, it's going to be a strange experience, but it's going to be a happy experience. I'm so happy to see that universe expanding, and it's in such great hands with Miguel Sapochnik, who did so many of our great episodes of the show. So I think it's going to be a bittersweet experience, but I really hope it does well, because there's so much potential for that universe to expand in all sorts of directions. Miguel's the right man to do it. Great cast there, Matt Smith and so many other fun people. So I think it's going to be great, but there's going to be a tinge of sadness that none of us are involved, I think.